What is up, guys, and welcome to another YouTube video. I hope you guys are having a great week so far. But in this video, I want to talk about a huge life event that you might know happened recently. And that is, I graduated college. So, obviously, this is empty, which I don't know if you know, but bachelor's degrees, they ship you the fun piece of paper that costs you thousands of dollars. But on Friday, I officially finished college. I graduated. I walked across that stage. And the biggest thing that I heard from so many people this weekend was, now what? And those two words have been being said to me for the past probably 6 years of my life. When it comes to, as you're growing up, when you are going through high school, when you're going through college, or when you're graduating high school and going to college, or going on to that next phase in your life, everyone wants to know, now what? And when it comes to graduation from college specifically, that's one of the now whats that is probably the most impactful, because that is where a lot of people go into their careers, or a lot of people make huge life decisions. Whereas before, when you're graduating high school, the majority of people are just going off to the college that they had chosen. And although that is a big step in their life, that's not as big of a deal as moving across the country to basically start your adult life. When you graduate high school, choose a college, choose a trade school, anything like that, you kind of know that it's a set amount of time that you're going to be going to this location, and it's not necessarily going to be something that lasts the rest of your life. But when it comes to graduating college and you tell someone what that next big step is in your life, that is something that no one really has a set amount of time on. There's not necessarily a timeline on, oh, I'm going to be working in this new city for 3 years or 4 years or 5 years. Like, it could last the rest of your life if you allow it to, and if it's something that works out that way. So it's a pretty big deal when you answer that question of, now what? And for me, my answer to that question of now what do I do after I just graduated from college up here in Montana? And the answer I've been giving people is, I am moving essentially across the country. I'm going all the way from Montana to Dallas, Texas. And I am very fortunate that I was able to land a job with a local financial investment company. And they essentially manage people's portfolios. They work with high net worth individuals. And I'm essentially going to be on the client side of that. I'm going to be helping these clients with anything that they need regarding their investments, their portfolios, or anything else that they need help with. And that's something I have wanted to do. It's something that I think I'd be good at. I think I'm good at interacting with individuals on a personal level, and I'm very good at getting stuff done. And investments and portfolios are something that I've always been interested in. I talk about finances a little bit on this channel, and I want to talk more about them in the future, but finance has always been something that I've been very passionate about. And being able to say that I have gotten a position in the field that I studied, and I'm able to start that position right after college essentially, is something that not a lot of people in today's job market get to say. There are a lot of people I graduated with, a lot of people I'm close to up here in Montana, that do not have such a laid out blueprint for them. And as much as I like to say I worked very hard to get to the position I have achieved, I also understand that in today's job market, I got very lucky. I put in the work, and I'm very fortunate that I was given the opportunity that I have. And there's a lot of people that I graduated with that do not have that path. They do not have that next step that is very clear in their mind, even though they probably worked just as hard as I did at trying to get jobs throughout this past year. There's a lot of things that are out of our control, and I just wanted to say how fortunate I am and how grateful I am that I was even given an opportunity to show how successful I could be in this field. I really think it's a great next step for me. I think it is something that will essentially shape the rest of my life. And so that answer to the question of now what is, I'm moving across the country, I got a new job, and essentially I'm uprooting my entire life. I am now going to be living alone in a new city. I know pretty much no one there, and I've never even been to the state. I've never even been to the city. So it is a really big change for me, obviously, but one that I'm welcoming with open arms, one that I'm excited for. When I graduated high school, it was a little bit of a mixed emotion event. I had finally kind of found out who I was as a person. I was starting to interact with people. I was starting to get out of my shell, I guess you could say, when I graduated high school. And so moving up to Montana when I graduated high school was a really big fear of mine, because I felt like I had finally gotten out of my shell a little bit more, and now I was basically uprooting my entire life again and starting over from scratch, which when you're just now figuring out who you are as a person, that is a really big event to happen, and it was terrifying, and I struggled a lot when that transition first happened. And eventually Montana and college became the new normal. I met a lot of great people up here. I had a lot of important experiences that allowed me to grow on a personal level. And now that I'm graduating college and essentially a very similar thing is happening to me, I'm able to reflect and understand that even though something that is very similar is happening to me, I do not have that same fear. I do not have that same sense of doom or sense of just worry holding me back anymore. I know who I am as a person. I know what I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about the world of finance. I'm passionate about the gym. I'm passionate about just explaining to other people my opinion on a lot of things. I'm passionate about just so many things in this world, and the past 4 years in college have really taught me to express yourself and be passionate about what you love to talk about. Be passionate about things that benefit your life, like fitness. Fitness is something that I have truly held on to over the past 5 years of my life, and it has changed my life over these 5 years. And so it is something that I can officially just embrace and let everyone know how important it is in my life. And so when I meet new people, when I have these new big life events, I incorporate fitness and I incorporate how important it is and how much I love it into meeting new people. I incorporate it into just my daily life. Like doing cardio, going to the gym is just a part of my daily life, and I do not hide that. I embrace that. And just so graduating college it really does feel relieving. It feels like I'm ready for that next step. Whereas when I was graduating high school 4 years ago, I did not feel ready for that next step. I felt like I had nothing figured out. And I'm very fortunate that I have this path laid out for me. I have this opportunity that was given to me, and I'm in the position as a person and as a human that I feel like I'm ready to move and live across the country from everyone I know, live in a whole new city where I know no one, live alone, start a new job, basically start my adult life, and I'm in a position where I'm ready for all that. I'm ready as much as I can be. I'm welcoming it with open arms, and I'm just so fortunate that I have this opportunity to graduate college, to be in the situation I'm in. And I just want to share, I wanted to share this essentially because everyone is constantly asking people, now what? And that question is so boring. It's so leading, essentially. That question is just trying to lead you to say something about your life that someone else can say, oh, but I'm doing better. It's basically people saying, now what are you going to do? And you say whatever you're going to do next, and they basically get to rebuttal with what they're doing that might seem better than what you're doing. So if you ever run into that issue where you don't know what your now what is, or people are asking you and they're just trying to get that one up on you by asking you that question of now what, just the one lesson I want you guys to know is be proud of what you're doing next. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of just how you express yourself. And don't hide who you are from anyone else. If someone's asking you now what, and you have no idea what you're going to do next, say that. Just say, I have no idea. I don't know what I'm doing next, but I'm going to figure it out. Have some confidence in yourself and know that life is constantly changing. Things can show up at your doorstep and change your life, whether that's good or bad tomorrow. They could show up in an hour. There's constant change in this world. And so if you are in a rough situation right now, just remember that you can make it out of it. You will get that opportunity that will change your life for the better. And the most important thing is to just recognize it when it comes. Now, thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed me talking about graduating college, that experience, or relate to it in any way, shape, or form, feel free to hit that like button and subscribe and tune in for more videos. There's new videos every single week. And if you are interested in this big journey of mine of moving across the country and starting this new job and basically starting a whole new life, stay tuned because I will film a bunch of content over the next weeks or months, and you guys are going to get to see my entire new life. So remember to keep grinding every single day. Make people remember your name. Peace out, guys. I'll see you in the next one.